Okay, so we can now see. Oh, let me open the garage so you guys can see. I'm falling over shit, as you can see. As I get shit further out and, taking it more apart, and right now this is probably the biggest part of it. Took it more apart than, my garage will ultimately become cleaner. All right, that's it. Okay, so as you can see, engine is dropped and out. I will be picking up an engine hoist in a couple days to take it off the cradle so I can start modifying the cradle. And probably going to be looking at double wishbone. So as you can see, a lot of this will be going. Some like strut towers, probably going to lower them or whatever. Thinking about chopping and widening the frame rails or whatever, or not really frame rails because it's a subframe car, but however you want to put it. Probably chopping, adding a maybe 3-inch section of tubing to it to just angle it outwards and then weld that back. Yes, I have my own welder or whatever. Like I said, I'm buying a lot of things as I go along or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to do that or whatever. I have to get the engine hoist before I can get the engine off of the cradle, so I can move the cradle itself, so I can take the jack to the back to drop the rear suspension. But as far as everything else goes, everything's coming apart, everything's coming together, at the same time, as far as the project goes, and as far as, my business plans and all of that. Engine is up for sale. Transmission, most likely up for sale also. I'm not gonna say for sure. Engine wise, I'll probably go 500 or whatever. With the transmission, it'll probably be closer to like 650, 700. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you or whatever. I need the money. It's not like I'm just trying to be an asshole, because every bit of money I get, if it's not my kids, it's going back into the project or whatever. And that's just that. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys a brief walk around in and out so you can see what's been done, because I have been slacking on updating the channel or whatever. It's life, man. That's just what it is. So interior, as you can see, I had to, not only will a lot of this stuff be changed, but I had to literally take all of this out. I had to take all of this out literally just to drop the transmission and everything. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about whether or not I want it to be a manual or sequential or something of that nature. I'm not going to say I don't care about cost, but as far as what I want, you can't put a limit on, your happiness and what can potentially make you money. It's just that simple. So if there are any interior parts you guys want to buy, or any parts in general you want to buy or whatever, feel free to ask me about it. I have an email that is audacityauto@gmail.com. You can text me. I prefer text message at 786-405-3206. As you guys can see, this is the trunk coming apart. Remember, you guys, I told you we're going to be putting inboard suspension in the rear or whatever, and putting a window in between the passenger compartment and the trunk space. Yes, I'll be losing trunk space, but from the top so you guys can see, and probably one on the back as well so you can see, but you're not going to see it as good as you will from the top, where, speaker deck or rear deck, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's more modifications. This will be chopped and opened up. I do have 2 sets of BMW wheels or whatever that probably won't be going back on, other than, your initial burn and test or whatever. I will be getting a new set or whatever. So feel free. I have 17s and 18s. I want to say the M Sport package are the 17s, and then, your standard 5 Series or whatever, 18 inches. 17s do have a wider width. They do have more width to them. more girth. As you can see, hold on, you guys, stuff behind it. Those are all trunk parts. I mean, all interior parts and everything, or whatever. Hood, I'm keeping. Exhaust up for sale. This went to the 2.5. I don't know if it'll go to the 3 liter. I just know I had the 2.5. Everything else entailing the, heat shielding, probably gonna let that go too. You can have it. Not have it, but you can buy it for relatively cheap or whatever. Only thing that I'm probably gonna keep from the underside of the car is going to be the, what do you want to call it, skid plate or whatever. It helps suck the car down. I'm going to, not going to say full aero under, but I want to make the car very grippy, not just straight line speed or whatever. I want to be able to bend corners better than this car probably ever had, even the end version of it, because they lacked a lot on that. So yeah, this is what's going on or whatever. Like I said, I had to get my engine hoist so I can remove the engine from the cradle. Once the engine's off the cradle, like, I know it might not look so big, but the cradle is relatively simple to actually, to try to say move and maneuver by myself. So right now, we still have, let me give you some light. We still have, we gotta go on the backs, y'all. The rear cradle assembly, or whatever you want to call it, we have to drop that, but that's nothing. It will be 3 times lighter than the front was, or whatever. So we still have to drop that, but that'll be simple. Still debating whether or not I'm going to keep the active steering or whatever, or not say the active steering, but am I going to keep the active steering? I can't think of words right now. Kind of been busy all day doing turkeys and everything. I'll show you that too, but yeah, I'm sway bar, because the sway bar itself is actually active. It's not a solid sway bar how most are. That's why this is here, because